Are you curious? Are you curious? We're so cool, we're wearing sunglasses at night. Who knows that 80s song, Sunglasses at Night? Anyway, we're gonna check out here the Billboard, of course, which is blocked by Scientology signs. And they're playing music. Oh, Scientology's playing music through its public address system. What a disappointment. They're not playing lectures by L. Ron Hubbard for the clamoring masses. I was expecting a Hubbard lecture, but instead they're using their copyrighted music trick that's being used at La Poubelle. Well, that certainly suggests a relationship, doesn't it? So we're making our way down L. Ron Hubbard Way. See, we got some. Let's flip the camera around so I'll give you the forward view. Okay. Let's go down. Oh, Ron Hubbard Way. Looks like we got some Church of Scientology of Los Angeles, a sub-licensee of the Church of Scientology International, which is the management church, licensed by, listen to the copyrighted music. They've never done this before. They're such losers. Hey, Seaorg. Hey, Lara. How you doing? Well, there was Lara FM. See, look at this. They're playing Scientology music. Oh, so sorry, you're losers. Hey, Zach. Zach, how's my man Zach? Coming down to check on the Billboard. Yeah. Anything going on?
Nothing quite here. Tao's screaming his heart out.
Yeah, I'm going to go down a few.
Like TikTok and
hey.
Hey.
Okay, wait a minute. Hey.
You need to get in the van.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No.
Get in the van.
No,
you need to act like a Seaorg member. Get in the van.
Hey, listen.
Oh, wow.
Listen, pull it over, Zeno. Pull it over, Zeno.
Jeff, you need to get in the van. You need
where
to feel
are
like
you
a
going
Seaorg
so?
member. We're just going around the block.
Where are you going so fast in your DC-8 space plane? And why are there frozen bodies coming out? What are you going to some volcanoes? Okay, Zeno, license and ID. Yeah, okay.
It's because let me
I'll
show
get
you
in
why.
like a good Seaorg member.
It's because we're just proud SPs.
Okay, I'm suddenly like, okay, I'll get in the van.
Yeah, you gotta get in. It's for your own security reasons.
Okay, for my own security reasons.
It's so that they.
Oh my God, this is the hive.
So that you can continue your
live streamers.
freedom to OT5.
It's like it's like
SP streamer
a BT
right,
cluster.
we'll be back again.
This is a BT cluster of live streamers. I've hit the mother load.
BT cluster.
Sweet Zeno.
We have the full report.
Oh my God.
All being recorded.
I feel like I'm going back.
Just make sure if there's anybody else that needs to leave Scientology, they have a ride.
Lara, I'm going into restim on the OT3 incident.
Oh no!
I feel like I'm in a DC-8 space plane. Are you sure we're not going to volcano? This isn't a trap.
I can't guarantee you anything.
Are you a loyal officer?
A billion-year contract is a billion-year contract.
Okay, we have
billion-year contract. That's it.
we have a BT cluster full of SPs.
Like, oh, billion? He was like,
Oh,
that's
this
a
is
good
great. I like this Seaorg van. I actually thought it was a Seaorg van. And then I realized
it feel though Solomon, I used to drive in these things when I was your age in Clearwater, being a fucking little young executive interrogator.
Wow, this is brilliant.
Isn't that crazy? And I would sit in the front because I would be like cool because I was an executive.
This is a great idea.
They would have to. Isn't this?
You know,
this is a great idea.
We're just in case anybody needs a ride from the cafe or the canteen.
Oh, I like this.
I was like, that's Jacob's line.
This
There's a lot of
That's
elderly
Hey, hey.
Oh,
shit,
wow.
look
Who
over
is
there.
What is it?
Hey, the elderly gets abused and neglected in the Seaorg. Get out. We will help you. Dude, that lady turned right when I said that. The elderly, she turned like, what?
Me?
It's okay to leave the Sea Organization.
True story.
The Aftermath Foundation can help you.
It says,
It's okay to not work for Carpool.
You're right. It's a road trip with the gang.
Don't call it a gang, Jeff. That's you.
Yeah, I know. That's
your gang and your gang. Jeff meaning him himself.
I'm on a road trip.
Him himself and his mental personalities.
Yeah.
Which are a lot.
I'm there. Yeah. No kidding.
It's a real golfing trip.
It's a real one right there. Dang, it really is.
And his name was
Yeah, they coming
Zeno.
out because they
That's
didn't
the good thing
realize.
about being in a car. You could get everything. Right?
Hey, it's L.
Yeah,
Ron
that's
Hubbard's
true.
birthday.
We're not exhausted.
Sure is.
And,
Running up and down.
113.
They don't realize it's
Yeah.
us. They think it's them.
Yeah,
I
they're
feel-
like,
I
"Oh,
just
why
saw,
is that? Are we supposed to? Are we in the wrong
They're like, no,
van?
they're
Are
like,
we
no,
in the
we
wrong
can't
vehicle
call.
here?
They're like, no, we
Oh,
can't call
look
because
at
they're gonna
our
think it's
moms.
us. So.
I just was over at Pink Elephant Liquor Store.
Oh yeah.
I saw L. Ron Hubbard there buying a pack of Cools.
Get out of Scientology!
He wanted to know. He wanted to know what
It's
all
okay to leave the Seaorg.
what all the kerfluffle was about. Oh, what is all the kerfluffle about at Scientology organizations? Or SPs interpolating Scientology organizations,
We're
Lara?
running away.
Wow. We are the
Some
loyal
real
officers.
turbulation happening
We
today.
are. We're the
Yeah.
executive. We have our own van.
And
We're
we have
executive
the
squad.
exact technology to handle suppression. No, you
Rolls
don't.
Royce.
This is so cool. Like, I've never been in a fully deluxe Seaorg van. There's the horseshoe.
If you can spell your Instagram.
The horseshoe.
Damn, that's gonna be
We got a van full of squirrels.
Okay, you said it's Exhibit Ribbit.
Remember that
Exhibit
fake Crown Victoria they used
So
to
is
keep
that-
there?
would that be-
Make it look like the NARC car.
EXHIB.
They used to keep one there on standby
I was
in
telling
case
you,
anyone blew.
This is where I go
Really?
to see
Yes.
my mom.
That's
Yeah, they
Very
did.
good.
They had this black Crown Vic. It was like a NARC car,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it
what's
would
going
make
on
you
here?
think cops were there.
They're regular people.
You're just parking.
All units, be on the
All
lookout.
units.
All units.
They're so
What
dumb.
Osa's going is saying, all units, be on the lookout for an imposter Seaorg van.
Yeah.
It's on my TikTok.
Make sure they don't load up in the
Full of
wrong-
suppressive live streaming. You know how much signal is coming out of this
But if you
vehicle?
wanna find, like,
Oh my
all
gosh,
the
if Osa only knew.
So theta.
I know. I mean, we got
It's
like,
data.
let me get my,
Apology.
no, I'm reconnecting. I
You're
dropped
not
it there.
alone.
I just have to get this thing done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel from Salem. That's the username.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. You get
Kodak
a good-
unfiltered. Oh yeah. No, cool unfiltered. Oh yeah, cools. Yes, unfiltered cool cigarettes. Ron was buying them.
Thank you.
Oh, we got a
So we're
van
our-
coming in. Hey,
Oh,
wait
there's
for
a real
us,
one.
wait for us.
Incoming. Oh yeah.
Right away,
Oh
buddy.
yeah.
You got the right away, buddy.
Yeah.
To Surge.
Surge needs to
Serge
come inside.
Damar. Hello, Serge Damar. We're
He's
we
so
were just
confused.
picking up any kids that need to leave Scientology, being trafficked. We're here to pick up. We have a van. We can wait here. I mean, right now
You make it.
we can let these SPs out. How about everybody
Serge,
just
yeah,
all
I
the
think-
SPs out and all the
I'll
kids
get
in
out.
Scientology in.
Hey, look at Serge.
Like the security guard. Get out! Go! Go!
Is this the way to happiness? Oh no, this is the way to hell. Oh my Lord. Okay, can I leave the Seaorg van? Do I have permission to leave the
Yes,
ship?
You do.
Okay, do I need to route out or anything? Okay, I don't know if I correctly routed out, but look at these guys.
Two more. Oh,
It's
there's
amazing.
Michael. It's literally Michael.
Okay, I'll see you at the bulletin board, Admiral.
Yeah, we're just leaving the Seaorg van, guys.
Okay, I'm
I mean,
leaving.
some people go
Here's the
nuts about
Seaorg van. This is the coolest thing they've ever done, is they rented a Seaorg van. Yeah.
Thanks
Off the La Poubelle. Okay. So you're gonna set up your interpolation here. We're here on L. Ron Hubbard Way, headed down toward Interrogation Avenue. And look at all the equipment you have.
I know. I've got way too much stuff on my person today.
You can never look. I've got my PI bag with all my scanners and
Oh, nice.
all my my equipment.
Wanted to see if I have my portable charger.
I also have an emergency flotation device.
Flotation device.
Okay, we're out of
In the event of a water landing,
watch you guys.
your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. Please return your seat backs to their full and upright position as we prepare to land. You're gonna go to La
Go
Poubelle?
around a few times.
I'm gonna stay here. Are you guys gonna head over to La Poubelle?
I kind of want to for a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna. You want the door shut?
Not yet, but in a little bit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, Admiral. Wait a minute. Let me make sure that's shut. Hang on. That door is not there. Wow, a lot going on. A lot going on. Hello, Michael.
Literally,
how are you?
Michael. Literally,
good.
Serge.
Literally.
Literally.
Not figuratively, but literally.
It's literally.
Okay, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me, okay?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
We got 5x5.
Loud and clear.
All right.
But Jessica's fine. Do you know?
Is it weird? I keep having all the songs in my head. Through the mind, to the soul, you open new horizon. Miracles.
Wow.
What happened in the live stream?
It's just the website. It just keeps falling.
StreamYard?
No, not
Oh.
StreamYard.
I use StreamYard.
Yeah, it's just sometimes.
Does it see?
Okay, so that's the van. The Seaorg van they rented.
Oh, here's Jess's behind you.
Oh yeah, Danny Masterson was in Clearwater today.
Jess's
Or
behind you.
a
Yeah.
simulacrum, a
Hi!
visage.
Wait, is that Streets and
Oh wait, I think we have. Yeah, it's Jessica and Streets.
There's less recognizable
Yeah,
in America right now. Yeah, the palmidecimo.
yeah. There they go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. Big Street.
Okay, Zena, we're gonna have to see some license and registration.
Oh, I'm sure you could guess what
Where-
we were just doing.
We're
I'm sure you could guess what we were just doing.
going down to Interrogation Avenue, where the bill. Were you out? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did some more checking, and
We checked both these.
There's got to be a
yeah.
series now.
Yeah, I think I got a lead that's good.
If you allow me.
Oh yeah, I think. But it took some calls, so we'll get to him. We'll get him.
I got a couple of things for that.
Wow, look at this. All on Errol and Hubbard Way. You have a Mini Cooper, a Seaorg van, Jessica, Streets. This is like, wow. The stars are in alignment tonight. Chris with that Hellcat lining up. There's Zach. Well, I gotta tell you, that Billboard really brings in an audience. Okay, the Seaorg van.
How's it going? Pretty good.
You showed up on my, I'm sure I gotta read, hold on a minute. You showed up on my TV out of the blue. Yes, I did. This is great, it really is. It's like Party City down here. It's like Party City down here. And
Not looking too good for the Scientology, I won't lie.
they still have their COVID era signs up, and Church of Scientology, Los Angeles.
Wanted to stop by. Got to ride in the Seaorg now.
I did too.
How have you been? I'm doing good. Good job on the obtaining those 911
Hey,
calls.
I know, right? Like, it all.
Hey kids, let me show you something.
Yeah.
Since you're noobs, let's go down, I'll show you something.
All right.
Let's go down. We're gonna go Chris with Chris without
A Hellcat.
Sans Hellcat, without a Hellcat. And I'm gonna show you,
Make all 3 of those calls. It proves that it is
Got 1 more minute till
well,
10
it's the SP's doing it.
Oh.
Now,
City
the
ordinance.
ordinance.
go.
I'm an unordinary girl.
Uh-oh. Now we got LAPD.
LAPD. What is going on, LAPD?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, we're in the van so that
Nope.
none of that is happening. No, we're chilling. We just gotta have to take a break and then we got chilling.
Yeah, he was saying like this is dance.
No, land. No, literally land. Doesn't matter what we're doing. That's not illegal. Everything we're doing is. I'm just saying the call is because they're annoyed. It's not illegal. No. In fact, we're being very chill. So that's just, this is so sweet.
Yeah, they don't want to be protesting.
Yeah, they don't want to be protesting, and they're going to. We're going to continue to do so. Yeah, but thank you for not assuming, because most of the time this attitude comes from cops who just come and show up with an already assumed idea, and it's like that's not what's happening. We're all fine. Check the van, do whatever you want, everything's fine. Buenas noches. But yeah, that's annoying. And it's annoying that you guys have to waste your time.
What's your
doing
badge number? No, what's your badge number?
it. Yeah, let us know right away.
We'll tell you, ma'am. You just talking to the driver, just saying the same thing that I
That's
told
okay,
you.
but if I...
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your
my
serial number?
So my name is Bert Thierry, and my serial number is 36924. And my part.
Oh, we got 2 units here. Two units.
Your attitude.
Why are they here?
Because they said we were outside harassing.
Is he in there?
No, he's on the outside. Chris is in the driver's seat.
So we get a call, we have to talk to the person involved, and we'll talk to both parties, but we'll be like, what would you say?
No, you won't. What are you talking about? You guys are arresting people on hate crimes. I don't care. No one cares what you have to say. I don't care. No one cares. You arrested these guys on hate crimes. Your department arrested somebody on a hate crime and claimed robbery because they. Are you talking about both sides? No, we don't want. We don't need a conversation. It's one sided. And you can leave. You can leave. No, you can leave. Well, I don't have to leave. I'm not going to leave. You're going to hear my mouth. Too fucking bad. Deal with it. Good. You're the one whining. I don't care. You're just talking. You can leave. We don't want to hear what you have to say. You guys are liars. You arrested our friend the other day on a hate crime that was bullshit. No, your department, Northeast Division. Well, no, you got it.
Attacked me 2 months ago.
Exactly. I know.
But you guys, I mean, where's the homework? They didn't even ask him any information. They just put him in handcuffs and threw him in the car.
You should talk to him.
Oh, we're talking.
We're talking to you. He says he wants to have a conversation. He started having a conversation. He says talk to somebody else. No, you're useless. What's your serial number?
38815.
Oh man, you've been on the force for a while. You still a P2? You should have at least been a sergeant by now. How long have you been in the force for? 15 years? You're not even a sergeant yet? How do you not? I mean, listen, after all these years, you're still out on patrol.
I'm here dealing with you guys.
You're dealing with us.
You're here because your own
Wait,
failures. What's your serial number?
You're dealing with us.
Another one. You've been on force,
You're
what,
dealing
15,
with us.
16, 17 years?
Okay,
Look at you. No, 20 years you've been on force. You're still a P2.
what was the original call?
Yeah, the claim
Come on
was
now, this is the low standards we
What
have.
was the
You've been on
original
the force 20 years, you're still a P2. You've been in the same
So
position
is
for
that
19
even
years.
harassing? Okay, so how do you have proof that it was Chris in this van doing that?
There's a van with people in front.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
doesn't matter.
There's
There's
a lot of these
multiple.
vans.
There's
This whole place
Scientology
is full of
vans.
white vans.
There's Scientology vans, human trafficking people all day
Listen,
long.
man.
Don't make that face.
Look at
when
this.
I can make whatever face I want.
You
Yeah,
can make
but
whatever you
listen
face
to
you
me, I
want.
was human
After
trafficked
all
as a
these
child.
years of not getting a single
Don't make that
promotion,
face. Don't
you can
make
make
that
whatever
face.
face
Don't
you
make
want.
that face.
You
Don't
can
make
make whatever
that
face you
You're
want,
being rude.
but you're still a failure. This is the
I
low
was
standards
born
we have
raised
here
as a fucking
in the
child
LAPD. The low
It's
standards.
cold. So you're coming like,
20-something
now
years
you're making
like
things
I'm
worse.
still a
Look,
P2. I can't get promoted.
There's nothing.
I can't even make a
Go.
P3.
Goodbye.
Can't make a P3 plus
Thank you.
one, nothing.
Goodbye.
Yeah, have
Go
fun.
now. What
You're
are you
causing a
saying?
disturbance, officer. You're causing a disturbance. We got a report that you came out here to cause a disturbance.
No, your ego is at work. Go. Nobody needs you.
You're causing a disturbance.
Go.
Stop resisting.
Your ego
He
is
looks
up right
suspicious.
now.
We got suspicious cops out
She
here.
literally had nothing. You guys can go. You guys know there's no issue. There's literally none. You're making more of an issue than there even was.
Let's wrap it
Yeah,
up.
you are. You can leave. What's the ego? I'm allowed to yell. Hello!
They hired,
Hello, somebody! Listen to that.
they hired a
Hardcore
van
PTSD.
to parody Scientology.
PTSD.
Seaorg members were made to ride around in these Seaorg vans.
He got his hands in his pocket.
He's
Scared. Scared.
I think I'm gonna have to write you
Let's
guys
go.
up for failure to secure your.
He has his hands in his pocket. He's nervous. He's gonna grab his weapon real quick.
We could have just stuck with her and been like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Thank you. You guys are good.
That's what we tried to do, but you guys kept
No.
yelling at us.
Yeah, because you already came with the. Oh, someone's yelling at you. You're mad. You're mad.
Feelings.
Go do something else. Go do something else. Go do a job. Here's our job. There's nothing going on.
Just give a recap.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You go again.
2 seconds ago, we pull up.
Yeah, Scientology called in a harassment. So they rolled out 2 LAPD units on a bullshit harassment call. Document at the time. Okay, so it's 10:07.
Hates us telling him to go.
March 13, L. R. Hubbard's birthday.
Go.
Yeah, 10:17 p.m.
Job that you were paid to do.
Look at him. It's his ego. He can't let it go. He knows he looks like a lunkhead, but he just can't let it go.
Yeah.
This anger is from multiple.
Yeah, what do they do? This is
fucking shit.
Scientology wasting taxpayer dollars.
And then he smiled when I said cute.
We can't stand in the street.
Literally, we were kids.
Now your people and your leadership.
And he smirks. That's where this anger. But he's adding to this anger. There was no anger until he showed up. There was none.
Your smile looks goofy.
Nope. Then he came over here and chose to have a long conversation and a debate about nothing of why
Looks a little bit nauseous. Come on now.
this is
Behave yourself, officer.
I understand you're trying to
Behave yourself.
that you don't have that I don't see at the moment. He has ego,
As long as nobody
and
gets
he needs
spicy
to
eyes.
go.
Did you put on some lipsticks this morning?
He does not need to be wasting his time.
Did you put on some lipsticks before you went on duty this morning?
You don't need to. No, I mean, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
It's this dude who's being egotistical and not just walking away. Literally, he has to stand here to feel good about
I don't
himself.
even know when he showed up.
I understand that, but seriously.
So keep the peace and move forward. You could leave.
Yeah.
You would think that was very peaceful. But you can't. He's like, no, I'm going to stand here as long as I. That is so serious.
The point to the senior citizen is that she should not be working at 10 o'clock at night. That's what I want you to know. That's a senior citizen, a Seaorg member. She's being made to work at 10:15 at night. She probably got up at 7 o'clock this morning. So she's, you know, at her age, the point is whether she could even hear, not whether she could hear Lara, is that why are you making senior citizens work at 10:17 at night? That's too late. She's been up since 8, 7. You know, that's a lot. That's like an 18-hour workday for a senior citizen. Really? That's what Scientology is doing? That's what Scientology is doing.
He made as much as the governor, and then in benefits, he got another. Why are you like? Don't leave now.
Well, yeah, LAPD monitors the live streams. That's why I'm scanning. Well, because they don't give a shit. You know, this is, I'm telling you, this is how LAPD works.
270 or 270,000.
Yeah. What you want to watch is make sure they're not going to set up a perimeter.
In total compensation.
Yeah.
For him to be sitting around like, oh, he wants attention. He wants
Matt.
to stop.
Wait, what?
Stop.
Hmm? Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we're going to be watching Scientology. Yeah, we got your Motorola frequencies. And what we're trying to do is establish a link between Motorola radios. And I'm not going to say anything else. Let me turn off. Okay, yeah, is Scientology talking? Is Scientology talking by their cell phones to LAPD cell phones? That's what we're looking for. A direct phone call from Pacific Bay Security to an LAPD unit. You're not allowed to talk to officers. Does Scientology security have the cell phones of LAPD officers? That's a matter that could become litigation. So, hence the pre-litigation. Yeah, just keep broadcasting pack-based security. This is all being logged. And I know pack-base's frequencies. We already scanned those. That's all public airwave stuff. Now we're going to hook it into LAPD frequencies, which are all published in the LAPD manual. We know what codes and frequencies because that too is public information, hence open source intelligence. At work, you're not listening to a scanner frequency. Oh yeah. So I kind of want to show you how some methodology works in the field when we're doing, yeah, I want to establish if there's a direct line between Scientology and LAPD, and that's part of the data collection.
That's the problem. You have to lose that. You have to
The squirrel's life on Hubbard Way.
In fact, I know exactly where to go.
I don't know if there is a squirrel still. That might be maybe tonight's the night that we're doing
These streets, I'm using my scanner to see if I can establish a direct link between LAPD cars and cell phone to cell phone. I've been harvesting frequencies.
Oh, okay.
That's part of what I'm doing to show that they call. No, I'm getting frequencies. I want to see if pack-based security is calling individual LAPD cars. I want to see if we get a lawsuit on that. If they're calling on their cell phones, if they're calling officers on their cell phones, rather than going over official frequencies, that's what I'm trying to determine. So, and this is pre-litigation, which Scientology loves so much. Pre-litigation investigation. In fact, I'll bet you yeah, well, they do a lot of stuff.
Look more sad and depressed. Look more sad and depressed. Look like you're a prisoner, please. This is the way. Otherwise, you'll be audited again. You look too happy. I can see it through your eyes. Way too. There you go. There you go, guys. And maybe hit the curb a few times.
Is that new phone?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, God. Is that them again?
Now we have some sirens. Yeah, we got some sirens.
Okay, good job.
Huh.
Finish
LAPD.
Starbucks, go.
They may be going on an actual call. Huh.
Decent action. Come on now.
Wouldn't that be mind-blowing if they were doing actual police work?
I don't know.
Wow. LAPD went by with sirens and they may...
You, Tal. It's just how you present yourself.
Okay, so...
Hey, that was a fun day. I said we're gonna make it a fun day. It was a fun day.
It's a fun day. This is
Okay,
good.
so we'll keep that
Good way
logging.
to be like, nice try. Nice try, little fucker. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Sativa, my type. I gotta get Chico to sponsor me.
On TikTok, I'd be like, oh, my contact. They're like, the censors got me. They said not in California yet.
What are we saying?
You cannot smoke marijuana on TikTok in California.
I hate it. I got kicked off my subscription.
Don't put me on your,
Check your-
don't put me on
yeah.
your TikTok.
Yeah, don't put you on
Okay.
no TikTok. No TikTok.
Check your subscription, okay.
Zach, do you have an update on your appeal for TikTok?
I was live
haven't
today at
checked
the
it yet.
Pasadena CC8. Well
I'm
done.
gonna start building up the YouTube now.
Well
It sounds like
done
it's
being
gonna
live
be a
at
band anyway,
Pasadena
so, I mean,
location. That's great. Hit like, please. Yes, do please hit like.
I mean, I was thinking of
I'm
just,
like, you can't talk
How
like
can you
that.
tell that it's a Scientology event?
I mean,
It's full of people
They
having.
let him get away with
That's
like,
funny.
This is advantage YouTube.
How can you tell that's not a Scientology van? It's full of people having fun. You are correct. They're actually having fun. A Scientology van, it'd be grim, deadly, serious activity of saving the planet. Saving the planet. But these are the kind of vans Scientology drives, but they use gray ones because they're gray. And also gray covers up the blood better. Wow. This is really something.
Hey, thanks for last time. I was like,
The live stream van pool.
Yes, Phoenix Fire 420, you are always allowed to share Mary Jane with me.
We're gonna build up the YouTube now. Focusing on growth across platforms.
Okay.
Just on
Love is love.
It is really blown up tonight. Okay.
which games
You were at San Francisco Live today. That's tremendous. Great work. This is terrific. I'm so glad to see all the orgs are being live streamed. Oh, there's the real one. There's the real Seaorg van running in. Oh, he was going fast.
Yeah. If I didn't get your
Oh, we got a
number,
Seaorg van
find out if I get his phone.
racing into the Continental Liaison Office, CILO Middle Management. Sorry if I'm a little out of focus. Let me bring it in. Are they fucking with my phone again? Yep. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yep. Scientology van. Let me get this into focus. They've got my phone. I'm going to bring my other phone next time. Let me just get this in. No, they're screwing with my phone. See, this is what I'm picking up is, let's see if there's an EMI spike. EMI. There we go. So I'm trying to get it into focus. Got a little focus problem, folks. There's the Scientology van. They're gonna race off. That's how you confront and shatter suppression. You drive away. Drive away. Brain fog, yeah. Oh, you start off on San Francisco staff in 1980. Wow. That was a while back. Jeffrey, is that something is being pointed at you? You know, I think they're using signal jamming, and I'm trying to log it. I've got some other people I'm working with logging. It could be highly illegal, yeah, but does Scientology give a shit about the law? No, they don't give a shit about the law. And you could hide signal jammers anywhere. And I think that's what they're starting to experiment with. That's why there's a lot of people logging the complex. And what they don't know is that they don't know how many, what a sophisticated methodology we're doing to grab their signals. Everything, all the whispering technologies, all the sensors. Yeah, it's easy to do. Actually, it's sophisticated, but if you have experts, there we go. Okay, I don't want them to see what. Okay. Yeah, see, this is part of an investigation. And I'm not going to say any more than that. Yeah, there you go. You know, like I said, if something's illegal to Scientology, that just means fuck WOG law. That's their attitude. They could give a shit if anything's illegal. They do illegal stuff and then worry about the consequences later. They either buy their way out, bribe, threaten, coerce, blackmail, settle. They'll do whatever. They'll break the law and worry about it later.
I'm Like I thought it was.
Because you got to realize they don't give a shit about the laws. They don't care about trafficking children, trafficking adults. They don't care about the ghastly shit they do. Yeah, they do not care.
Yeah. A lot of people have been doing that.
Exactly. Come on. I want to show Zach and you. I want to show you my audience something, your audience something. This is an item of interest about a lot of people don't know about here at the base. This is Leb Hall in here, Lebanon Hall. This used to be Cedars of Lebanon Hospital.
Yeah.
Now, see that door right there? See that white door? That's the Seaorg recruiting office.
Huh.
That is, you can see the sign.
So this is the Seaorg recruiting office.
That's you can see like the red sign above it. That is the Seaorg. See that gold, red, green sign? That's the Seaorg recruiting office here at Lebanon Hall, at Pac Base. And you can see that it's empty. It's always empty. No one at the Seaorg recruiting office, but that's the Lebanon Hall. They call it Leb Hall for short. But that's been the Seaorg recruiting office here for a long time.
So if you
want to join the Seaorg for 1 billion years, exactly, yeah.
you can get Seaorged up.
Oh yeah, it's pure evil. Someone asked me if something was illegal, and they break the law. L. Ron Hubbard said, okay, to point to questions about the law, L. Ron Hubbard said, someday someone will say what is legal, but then make sure it's the Scientology orgs, for we will become the political centers. So L. Ron Hubbard wanted to create his own Scientology Sharia law. And that's why they don't give a shit about breaking the law.
They don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit. They don't give one fuck about the law. The law is like, what can we get away with? The real crime in Scientology is getting caught. That's the only real crime is getting caught.
They think they're above the law.
Yeah, it's WOG law. WOGs they think that we're subhuman, or not, I'm sorry, humanoids. They think humans are very low degraded beings, you know, and they have to be brought up to the level of what's called homo novus, or the new man. And then if you can't be processed up, then you should be disposed of quietly and without sorrow. And that's Hubbard's genocide. It's in a book called Science of Survival. He says that anyone below 2.0 or below on the tone scale should be disposed of quietly and without sorrow. So there is a genocide contained in the book Science of Survival. I'm 52. It's still in print. I've talked to people who said, well, we never were for genocide when you're in the church. But you know, if they had the power to kill people, they would be killing people. The only thing restraining them is prison and the law.
Well, in the end, the whole Earth gets nuked, right? And everybody dies
Well,
at the end of,
at the end of what?
like Xenu.
Oh no, that happened 75 million years ago.
75 million years ago.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
and everyone did get killed by
Everybody
Xenu.
gets killed in Scientology's creation.
And that's what created the body Thetans. There were 75 million years ago, there was a confederation of 76 planets that suffered from overpopulation. And Xenu's solution was to kidnap everyone, take them and throw them in volcanoes,
Scientology
blow them up. L. Ron Hubbard figured it out because, you know, just spent $400,000 to get to OT level 8. But what if you don't have $400,000 to go to OT level 8?
Yeah.
You
What if
could
you don't
buy
have $400,000?
$400,000, you could buy an airplane or a condo. You could buy a lot of stuff. But they don't care. They want your money. I am confused. If we are degraded men, how could the new man be better than the old man? Well, Hubbard said when you get rid of your reactive mind, you become homo novus, the new man. And he said homo novus is a skyscraper higher than Homo sapiens. So that's why Scientology calls us Homo saps, another derogatory term. And this building in front of me, the Advanced Organization of Los Angeles, is where you learn to telepathically communicate with your body Thetans, audit them and have them depart your body, have them blow, order them to leave, so you get fewer and fewer. Because as Hubbard writes in the OT materials, you're actually covered swarming with BTs. And if you got rid of all your BTs, then you would be literally invisible. So visibility of the human body is actually just
That chick.
caused by an overcoating. A stucco-like overcoating of BTs causes the physical manifestation. I hope I'm not getting too metaphysical, but hey, watching from Alaska, glad to have you from Alaska. Always glad to have the North Pole crowd. I'm telling the Org it was 2 million. Well, it's what the go up to OT is how much money do you have? If you're worth 50 million, then it's going to cost you millions. If they can get 500,000 out of you, then they'll get that. They'll get as much as they can get, even down to your bone marrow. And I think that office over there.
Look at everybody here, guys.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard's birthday. He gets SPs. Oh,
What did you guys say while I was gone?
there's the van.
She's gone, she's gone.
This stuff is, yeah, I know a mind fuck it is. Those dirty old body things. Yes. Hey Jeff. Hey, how you doing? Wayne's World. Glad to see you here. Glad to show up. In Dianetics, he was very critical about criminals. Scientology. Oh, no kidding. That's a great point. That is a great point. In Dianetics, L. Ron Hubbard was very critical of criminals, but in Scientology, it's a contradiction. Because Scientology is the only thing that can handle criminalities, and by handle means cover up for criminals. Hey, my favorite youngster. Hey, back. Question. Are members generally divided into three categories, staff, Seaorg, and public?
How about a location?
And staff get paid the same as Seaorg? 47 a week?
They might
No, I think that staff, now Seaorg members who are technically staff, and then there's staff that are not Seaorg, 2.5-year or 5-year contracts. Generally, the class 5 org staff get paid a lot less. But let's ask an expert. Lara, now we'll have to get a yoo-hoo. 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 I just came by. Hi, neighbor. I came by to borrow a cup of CalMag.
Hi.
Hi, neighbor.
CalMag.
Lara, question. Someone wanted to know. Now, there's a rough division of public, Seaorg, and staff. Do Seaorg and staff, that's non-Seaorg staff, do they make the same amount of money, or do staff get paid a lot less?
No, I think staff get paid technically more than a Seaorg member.
Really?
But Seaorg members only get paid, what, the $47 or whatever it is,
Yeah,
right?
47.
Staff live in the outside world. They still have to pay for bills and shit. And so when I say get paid more, they only get a few bucks if they get that, or 20. Some orgs, some get nothing, and they just are relying on that other job that they have.
Yeah, they call it moonlighting.
Yeah, they basically are working 20, like you're working a whole.
Yeah, you work in
25
one job to
25
support your job.
Yeah, so
And
that you can feel good about coming to the org.
You know what? There's a policy where L. Ron Hubbard didn't like Seaorg moonlighting or staff moonlighting.
Yeah.
So he approved you going on.
What is it?
Chocolate chip cookie.
Are they new?
They're from Jenna, yeah.
But are they new tonight?
They're not
You're
tonight.
fine
the
with
court?
You're fine with riding over there?
They're, she left like 6
From
boxes.
Danny.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
she left
need a
6.
box.
Oh, we have one for you in the
Jenna,
car. We have one for you.
I need a box. I devour these.
Oh, well,
with
thank you.
milk.
How kind of you.
And it's
Thank you,
because she
Michael.
made them. It makes
Literally,
me feel
Michael.
more
Literally,
like,
Serge. Thank you.
Thank you. Heaven.
Well, thank you for that answer.
So
Well,
yeah, no, did I finish answering? So like staff members get paid what?
Not messing with their signal. Her phone
I've
died.
seen it by so
She's
many.
back
Yeah,
up.
I'm back up, baby.
Yeah, Elsa's not doing it today, guys.
Oh, these
Yeah,
are
they're
good
like, oh,
cookies.
They know better.
They blocked Laura
Look at us. We're eating cookies.
and having a great
Oh,
time.
I was going to tell you, L. Ron Hubbard has a policy. He did not like staff members moonlighting.
Making extra
it's
money
called
or
no, it's called other fish to fry. He
Yeah.
wanted them all day at the org, all 18 hours. So he actually approved going on welfare. In fact, I think I'm going to do that on my next podcast. There's an issue where he,
going on welfare, but
Yeah,
that's
he-
so that you could donate your welfare
No.
money back into the Scientology org.
well, no, going on welfare was to just get a little bit of money for food in your apartment that you shared with the other people. No, he said go on welfare so you don't have to moonlight. So instead of working 8 hours at the org, 8 hours at your WOG
Just
job,
like the government.
go on welfare. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to show that policy where he approved it.
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I need to hear that.
Yeah, no, he was a deadbeat. And this deadbeat, boy, everyone's out tonight.
I know. We look so cute, guys.
Jeff, the
We all
math
look
is.
so fun, like little.
No, you're
strong
good, Jeff.
ants.
The math is off.
We're all
Well,
independent.
sometimes
but
missed.
very.
As L. Ron Hubbard said, he's not good at mathematics, so faking to be L. Ron. Yeah, I think they should get an L. Ron Hubbard impersonator. And by actual statistics, 2.5% of the population will be found to be antisocial
Jenna, I don't like
personalities.
too much chocolate chips.
He said that, yes, Jenna, thank you for the cookies. Thank you for,
Oh, okay, cool.
And the corruption dissolved.
Guys, happy birthday to all of us.
questions about past lives. What if 2 or more people claim to have been the same person? You know, that's interesting because there were a lot of Jizu. Serge. No. Let me ask an expert again.
Oh, there you go. Take a bite. Take a bite. Don't take too much.
Serge, can I borrow you for a question? Sure. An auditor. Okay, we have expert auditor, Serge Delmar. Literally, Serge, one of my listeners asked, what if 2 people claim to have been the same person in their past lives?
Nobody ever finds out because that information just stays in one folder, completely isolated from everything else, and only the
Wow.
auditor and the case supervisors are pouring through the folder. So they're not really keeping tabs on who said what. They don't give an F about the past lives. Like, just between all of you, like, the past life is just like the hoo-ha. Like, nobody cares. Like, the CSs want to know what's going on with your life right now. Then they'll say, oh yeah, go put to another life, but it's all just...
But you can't talk about your case outside of session, right? You're not allowed
speak to
to.
anyone outside, no.
So if we were 2 Scientologists, we couldn't talk about what was going on.
No, I can only just speak in very general, like, I'm on grade 2. That's it. That's
That's
all
all
I
you
can
can
say. I
say.
can't
Nothing
tell
about
you, like,
particulars.
what I'm talking about in my sessions, nothing.
But Flag could have like 10 people who said they were Jesus Christ. And it would be, so
and
what?
we would have that. Marilyn Monroe's, Cleopatra's, like, everybody was the same thing. And I mean, I would have pieces that would tell me that were Marilyn Monroe, and then, like,
Really?
yeah, of course.
And you just a shrug, it's like, whatever.
I mean, you had to just write it down.
Yeah.
It was just, we were trained to hear it, write it, put it on the piece of paper, transcribe it, video record it, give it all in this big, I mean, it was all this, like, song and dance over nothing. It was like,
I connected.
you know, it was very dangerous delusion.
I'm sorry I had to go through it, but thank you for your expert answer. So I want it directly from an expert. Thank you, Serge. Well, there you heard it from an expert. You can't talk about your case outside of session. It's like a taxi. The meter has to be running, dollar signs. According to some theories, 2 people could have had the same past life. Well, in Scientology, it's irrelevant because, as Serge said, they want to know what's going on with you now.
Yeah, and L. Ron Hubbard just, again, like, his whole past life pitch was to distract from what he really wants to be doing to you right now. So
That's-
you're thinking, I'm going to go there and think about a past life. They don't care about that. Even the case supervisors, nobody cared about the past lives.
They want to know
Nobody
what was
said,
going on
because
now.
they were Cleopatra, this is happening to them right now.
Nope.
They didn't. Do they have withholds? Do they have something that we can find out about them? You
Yeah.
know, unless, as long as you're a gung-ho Scientologist, everything is great. Hubbard is amazing. I'm here to pay the next money that they're asking me for.
Right.
Then everything is going really great, and you just get love bombed the whole time. The
Yeah.
minute you start resisting, things switch really quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really quick.
You go
Those
from
crisis management, immediate crisis management. What's wrong with them? What are they hiding? Why are they saying that they don't like it? How can we blame them for what they're complaining about?
So you go from like nattering to a resistive case to an ethics problem. There's like,
I mean, there's so many labels, right? It's like
Yeah.
label after label of all these things
Yeah.
that mean nothing other than, again, you know, domination, undue domination, complete power dynamic imbalance. It's not valid. It's indefensible. It's dehumanizing. It's dangerous.
Exactly.
It's literally against common sense.
You know, Serge, when they bought this dump in the 70s, early 70s, I forget exactly what year, everyone was suddenly, in the Seaorg was a list one rock slammer. And they got put on RPF to fix up this
And
dump.
that's the problem with these places. They just
Yeah.
come up with all these labels that
Yeah.
people learn it in a 2-week course inside of a hotel, and then all of a sudden they're know-it-alls and can label anything about any. I mean, for all the problem they have with psychiatry, I mean, at least they get a PhD.
Yeah.
And over here they say, oh, you don't need a PhD. In 2 weeks, you'll know more than anything. Alvin Hubbard put all the shortcuts there, so you don't have to have the PhD. So children can be taught to do this. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, all the children are doing it. And all the adults are receiving it. And everyone's paying for it. And everything's like normalized at a scale that is, again, indefensible, unthinkable. Everybody knew. Everybody was aware. There's no one that is not. That's why we're sounding the alarm. It needs
Yep.
to be sound. They need to be told no. L. Hubbard was a convicted felon. Whatever he wrote, bad idea. It's indefensible. It's stupid. Stop defending the indefensible. It's not going to work out. And L. Hubbard left all the receipts because he did say the criminal wants to be caught. Well, he wanted all his proteges to be caught.
Yeah.
Keep
That's a very
receipts of
astute.
everything we do, video recorded, become implicated, and that's the implication is what transforms them into these monsters. Like, because you're being put into these positions where everyone's role playing the same thing with a straight face, and everyone's just making sure that everyone's following the large role play that plays out in that all day long. It's like it's nonstop.
Yeah, it's a mind fuck.
nonstop.
How many hours a week did you have to be in the chair auditing?
I mean, to be okay, to be an affluence, you have to do minimum 45
So you were
of literal. This is the session hours. That's the only time that counted.
That's brutal because you have a lot of time between sessions, a lot
it's
of
like
work.
50 hours
Yeah,
on a chair in a week, just like without moving. With
and you're
just,
a teenager.
and you're a teenager.
50 hours a week listening to adult shit that you shouldn't have to listen to,
50 hours.
and you have no consent.
Nothing. I mean, you're
That's
put in
brutal.
charge. You're being put in charge. Again, like the power dynamic imbalance is what's indefensible, and that's what needs to be
Well,
understood. It's just indefensible. You cannot have a child and an adult in these audit rooms where that power dynamic imbalance is going to take place. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. It defies humanity, and that's why it needs to be called out, needs to be repudiated, it needs to be said no. This needs to come with a big warning label.
oh yeah, and to this point, one of my listeners asked, can you ask Serge, is sec checking so extensive by auditors that David Miscavage has access to all the private info?
Well, and it's not like David Miscavage, you guys. David Miscavage is here.
Yeah.
How many people does David have collecting data for him on a daily basis?
So he has
That's the
access to
problem.
everything.
The problem is everybody. The problem
Yeah.
is David Miscavige. Who in the cares? If David Miscavige would have been replaced by Pat Broker, we would have the same problem.
Because it's a system.
If Mike Rinder would have taken over for David Miscavige, we would have had the same problem. If I would have taken over for, we have the same problem. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you. L. Ron Hubbard said what he said. No one could question his authority. Everyone went with that pitch. Everyone was told that this was a great idea, and you know what? It wasn't.
No, and it's the system. Karen once said, if Miscavige died, the church could just run on LRH Hubbard policy. Look at how fast they're going.
But that's the thing. It's like the policy was the thing that was wrong in the first place.
Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard dehumanized David. David was 16 when he was child trafficked. He's out of his mind.
Yeah.
He was told L. Ron Hubbard was this great person. Well, you know what? He wasn't.
No.
And that's it. It's called stop being delusional. Become an adult. You're not a child. You are an adult. You do your due diligence. You have all the best attorneys of the best on speed dial. Imagine the lack of due diligence from the attorneys representing their client propping up all these hotels. Imagine they have no idea what audits are. Imagine they've never received one. Imagine they just get told what it is.
Yeah.
And that's all the due diligence the Scientology attorneys have done. Oh, we were told that it was a very religious experience that children were having. Well, ask them for a 5-hour session on a minor, Monique Yingling. By all means,
Yeah.
ask
Well,
to
you know-
be given a tape of an audit session of a minor. And you sit there and watch it for the 5 hours that they do record it, Monique. And you see if you don't throw up in the first
Yeah.
20 minutes.
See if she wouldn't want her grandchildren exposed to that. And you could also ask Vicky Pobreski, who had knowledge of Danny Masterson cover-up long ago.
Yeah, Danny Masterson is the tip of the literal iceberg. There's 100,000 Danny Mastersons in there paying to tell them when, where, and how they committed a felony. That's what the data mining is all about from L. Ron Hubbard. Oh, just ask them. Put them on the meter. It's not gonna count. It's gonna float. Guess what? Felonies don't float. Stop being infantile. It's not funny. It's not up to debating anything.
Yeah, so someone wants me to tell you, they loved you saying Scientology makes you outsource all of your own adult decisions. That's such a great phrase. Remember, you have a great way with words, Serge.
Well, we're trying to get understood because we're
Yeah.
sick and tired of being misunderstood, and everyone plays dumb around us. And it's like, no, children are getting abused. End of
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
we got to speak to the facts. Like right now, it's unemotional as it gets because, again, this is why we're protesting. Like it needs to just be okay. You know what? Everyone stop. Who are the kids? Open that door.
Yeah.
Anyone that's under age 21 and under. I mean, if people have
Yeah.
said 18, I don't know. I'd say 21, but maybe the LAPD will just go for the 18. Fine. Get all those out.
Yeah.
They cannot
Yeah.
be coexisting in those buildings. They are in danger. Every time children are being put in there, they're in danger.
Yeah, they are. And
Daily, on the daily. Nothing that we experience is not happening right now.
Yeah, right
Nothing.
there in real time.
Nothing, everything.
And that's why they had to rush to cover up the billboard. Because God forbid anyone should be allowed to make up their own mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, again, they continue to tell on themselves, why are you covering up a billboard if you have no withhold?
Yeah.
If you don't have a withhold, if you're doing everything so ethical and legal, why are you so scared to face a shred of scrutiny?
Yeah, exactly.
In what world can you just literally, with a straight face, answer some actual questions and not just deflect and project and defend and attack and never defend is what the whole L. Ron Hubbard technology said
Yeah.
to his proteges. And it's like, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop being told by L. Ron Hubbard anything.
Yeah, thank you, Serge.
He doesn't have any fucking good ideas. He's a fucking
doesn't-
felon.
no,
Felons
he's-
don't have good ideas. Breaking news. I mean, how fucking more stupid can anyone be?
Yeah, no kidding.
Seriously. It's the truth. Like it's all just a GTS away. Google L. Ron Hubbard. Google if he was a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And then let's have the IRS tell us why convicted felons are the ones that get cherished as natural born gods in America. A natural born god in America, L. Ron Hubbard, the convicted felon.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard was convicted of fraud and absentia in France. 4-year prison sentence.
The French are the
That's
only
why-
ones that smell the fucking rat, and they said no.
Well- well,
Literally, the French were like,
That's the
"Bitch,
reason
you're frauds."
Hubbard left the flagship Apollo in 71 to get the fuck out of Europe in case
Right.
Interpol got him.
With fucking 12-year-old Shelley Miscavage in tow. Imagine L. Ron Hubbard is like Jeffrey Epstein on steroids with a 12-year-old trafficking her on a ship.
Yeah, that's
And now,
there's
Valeska is there suing them because she was also trafficked on a ship. And will these people ever learn to stop trafficking minors inside hotels or ships? Or how is it legal? Because again, it's the FBI that can really tell us, the FBI that's getting sued right now as we speak for having mishandled the Epstein case. So why are all child trafficking cases getting bungled by the FBI? Why? Answer that, FBI. See, the Epstein victims are already actually literally suing you for that. Well, imagine us. Imagine literally the Epstein victims are us on steroids. And lucky for y'all, they have it all recorded.
Yes,
These are
they do.
easy cases to build. Oh, look, in 1986, it says here XXXXX.
It's not rocket science,
Yeah,
guys.
no, it's not.
The cases here are like, you don't have another criminal case that looks like this. You don't have a criminal case where it's like, oh yeah, on December 3rd, here's the running record. Like everything that was said in a session
It's
recorded.
connect the dots. That's
It
really
is.
what
It is.
And they don't want to.
But
No, they don't.
kindergarten edition for
Preschool.
literally like, damn, like, what? Like, y'all still don't get it?
Because they're back.
Damn.
Oh, they're back?
And who's
What are
back?
we doing, LAPD? Don't come over here.
Babysitter police, I'm glad I did that.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's keep it pushing. Go. Out.
Come on, ambulance! Like literally the police that were just here were upset about the way we were yelling.
Oh,
Are you dumb? That's not your job. Get the fuck, move it on. Move it on. Move forward. And the chick was embarrassed that he actually was holding for so long, but then she had to like agree with him. I mean, it's like you kind of like a yeah. She was like, well, this is my partner. He's kind of shitty, but she's like, why is he not just walking away? He was like, yeah. Are you gonna? Every time I was like, just go. This is your ego. Just go. She was kind of like, okay, yeah. Should we go? And he was kind of like, I'm gonna stay right here. Who fucking says that? Why does a police officer say that? I mean, no, don't answer. The blank
It's
here
a
needs to be-
rhetorical as fuck question.
Yeah, it's just like so like.
It's a rhetorical as fuck question.
And the chick came in, the chick cop came in like very, and I was like, guys, this is like fake. And she was like, oh, kind of like, oh, okay, I've kind of heard about that fake call thing. And she was like, okay, so there's nothing. I'm like, no, we're not harassing nobody. This is literally.
Called playing dumb. We were taught how to play dumb inside the hotel. Believe it or not, we knew how to play dumb just like them. Oh, this is very official. Oh, it's got a lot of protocol. Like, you know what? Sometimes drop the protocol and just
and drop
literally.
the ego. A lot of these cops have big ego. All the ones that have
Did question. I want to take this question. Okay, let's take some questions. Okay, I'm going to take some questions here. Did you hear that Mark Headley? Did you hear that Mark Headley posted on Discord about Phil Jones getting attacked? Yeah, Phil. Karen and I had dinner with Phil the night before, and Granberry was there, and the homeless guy came out. In fact, we're going to walk over to the scene of the crime. A homeless guy came out, put up at the behest of Scientology, and he was screaming at Phil that he was going to end him, meaning literally kill him, throwing trash on Phil's car, swung at Phil with a plastic water bottle. Phil ducked in time, so he wasn't injured, and fortunate for Phil. And it was obviously a setup. So yeah, Phil told Karen and I the story. Yeah, he didn't. Hubbard saw psychology as a competition to his system. Okay, let's go. You see Big Blue behind us. You can see all the windows. See all the way up, all the windows. They've covered them up all the way up to the very top so that nobody can see the sign, which we're heading toward. So Karen had made a point that if you're on the upper floors where she used to birth, then you could see the sign. So now all of the windows behind me in Big Blue berthing, you can see all the windows are covered up, and all the windows everywhere here at Big Blue are covered up. And now we're going to go see the sign. I want to show you some stuff ahead of us. I'll flip the view here. Okay, now there's the lifts that are covering the billboard. We're going to go take a look at them. Okay. And now there's the man lift. And to answer some questions, I could storyboard a video that proves it is a cult from outsiders. Oh, please do, Yoda. If you could storyboard something and you want to share it on my blog, or help you share it, just reach out to Karen and I would be glad to help you. So there are the scissor lift, and then the little blue tiny COB weenie lift. So they have 2 lifts, and let's go take a look at the board. There it is. Leaving Scientology, call us. People had questions about access. So this, where the lifts are, okay, those lifts are on Scientology property. This whole fence that's covered up, Scientology property. It's a corner lot. Kind of Jeff Foxworthy. You might be in a cult if you might be in a cult if you use man lifts to cover free speech signs. Now, the extra space storage building, there is an alley. Oh, look at the cameras. There's our cameras. Hey, Donatella, Kevin R., Charlie Earl, you're up late. Now here is where the billboard, you can see the billboard structural steel. The access is through this. So this piece of property between extra storage and the Scientology property, this is actually where you access the billboard. So to answer your question, it appears, and I haven't checked the deeds, that the billboard is located on its own little strip of property between Scientology property. Now, I could be wrong, we have to check the deeds. I'm not sure who owns this strip of property, but that's the access to the billboard. And you can see the billboard going up and the Scientology property next to it. So if we could check the deeds, it'd be interesting to see who owns the land. Who owns the land? And is the media company that owns the billboard, and it looks like we got some old equipment. The lights are off on the billboard. It has we got some police down there. That's something down there going on. See, with this, you always wonder if they're staging something. If that's the police staging to go over to the next street. No, I think that's a tow truck. Okay, so that's, anyway, back to this. People wanted to know the property division, and that's it. There is a gap between the Scientology building on New Hampshire and Fountain, and it's accessed by that. So that's it. I hope you can get a good visual. Yeah, I don't think it's legal either. But like I keep saying, Scientology could give a rat's ass about the law. If one of those things fell over and killed someone, they don't care. Yeah, and that's the question that the media company has. Does lift violate airspace? Well, I'm not an expert on it. I know you can store lifts that way on your own property, according to what I've been told by someone who works in the business. If the billboard was stolen overnight, they're not going to get that out. They would have to get to the billboard, you just have to break in the gate, and you'd have to get a lift, I guess, to get up there, because I don't see any ladder. So you wonder the logistics. Now, what's interesting, you'll see The sign is supposed to be uplit. I'm going to zoom in. This is an interesting fact. I can't zoom. The sign has what are called, let me get my focus back. The sign has what are called 2 uplighters, and those are lights at 45 degrees to the sign that shine up, but the power to the uplighters, the signs that uplight, that illuminate the sign at night, the lights are off, and I'm wondering, if you look here, the power box, there's a screw in it. The screw holding the timer has the appearance of recently been disturbed. It's shiny metal. So I'm wondering if someone from the Seaorg, from Scientology, opened this box to turn off the timer because the lights are not illuminated. That's what I would suspect. That's kind of I suspect, because you can see the bright, shiny screw. It has had a tool placed into it. So my theory is that Scientology has cut the power to the sign at night, and that's worth investigating. Yeah, we'd call the Billboard company owner. There should be a padlock on this timer. This is an intermatic timer, and that controls the uplighter on and off. And let's see, if we look at the meter, again, let's get the time. We always time it. It's going to be about 3 minutes to 11 p.m. Pacific time. And there's no power going up to that board. The light should be on, but you can see the meter. There's no dial spinning. And let's get the number of the meter. Therefore, someone's cut the power to illuminate the sign at night. So, no, I'm not leaving any fingerprints. But you know what? Fingerprints on metal, this is getting a little off. Fingerprints on metal, I'm not touching it, I'm just pointing at it. But there's a difference between DNA and fingerprints. You can't really, dry metal like that will soak up the oils on your finger, and you won't be able to get a fingerprint at all. And I mean, I appreciate your concern, but I'm not leaving fingerprints. I'm just pointing that there's shiny steel to indicate that this has recently been accessed. And my theory of the case would be that a Scientology operative went in there and turned off the timer, because street signs, as you can see at night, are only good if they're illuminated. And this one not being illuminated gives rise to the suspicion that it's been tampered with or sabotaged, so that drivers and people in Seaorg berthing at night cannot see it, because that sign is lighted at night, and it has the big lighting fixture on it. It has one uplighter. It's not operating. So that tells us a crime could have been committed. And I think there has been. So I'm going to reach out to the media company at the foundation, contact the media company about possible sabotage. And there are security cameras, we know, in the area, and it would be very possible to go to area businesses, including Extra Space Security, and see who went to this box and why is there a screw in place. And what you'd look for on the ground, is there any sign of a lock that was stolen? So let's do some investigating. And what we want to see here at Extra Space Storage, there's a camera going in there. So I suspect they would have other cameras. No one's tampered with that switch gear. That's all operating. So that's the weak link. And would want to see, yeah. So that's a potential theory for where the sign is not lighted at night, is Scientology sabotage of the sign, because it should be lighted. As I said, if a sign's not lighted at night, it's valueless. So if Scientology can render it valueless during the day by blocking it, and then killing the light at night and blocking it, that's something we need to investigate. So we're going to go back. So I just wanted to show you the sign here. Now, see, Scientology is fully lighted at night. Nobody is tampering with its electrical systems. And yet, when we look around, that sign's in the dark, completely in the dark. And we see the fresh metal, again, the bright, shiny metal of a Phillips head screwdriver being inserted into that screw to access the timer and disable it. Because business practice would dictate you'd have a lock on your timer so the public could not access it. Okay, let's cross back over. Yeah, see everything in there. The lights are on. First 3 floors of Advanced Organization of Los Angeles. Lights are on. Up 3 stories. And then let me take some questions. Has the sign ever been lighted? Yes, I drive the street regularly. Karen and I drive down Fountain regularly at night, and the sign is lighted. And it does have an uplighter on it, as they call it. So yes, the sign is regularly lighted. And like I said, it's just an investigation. It's just something to look into. And see what's going on down there. The LAPD has left. So we're at back on Hubbard Way. We just left in Theta Avenue. And behind me is AOLA. Let's go up, give you a look, extend the tripod. There you go. Now across the street, there's Big Blue at night. It's dark. Now I know if I go around, we'll see Seaorg buses go by. Is that LAPD? No. But we just want to check. There's a another Seaorg van. Very busy. Very busy. Taking people to and fro. It may be that they got rid of the amount of lives they destroyed. No kidding, Paul of Scotland. Paul of Scotland, I said hi to Karen for you. She said to say hi to you. Unfortunately, since the area is locked up, it's not considered a safety hazard and legal. Well, yeah, what building are the OSTA jackasses in? There's a lot of older apartment buildings around. I'm not sure where they house OSA. They probably have a dungeon for them because they're demented. But there's older apartment buildings that serve as berthing. I don't know where they would put their OSA people. Maybe Karen could answer that question. Where would they house OSA? Chuck Beatty, if he were up. And there is Jessica in the Mini Cooper. Looks like the Seaorg van left. I think they all cut out for La Poubelle. We're going to be heading back to the ranch in a few minutes. Back to my lovely wife. And there's Miss Palmadessa. Okay. Are you headed up? Are you headed over to La Poubelle?
Are you?
No, I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay, here. You for a second so I can tell you.
Okay, hold on. Uno momento por
Good night.
You too. Okay. We to go off audio for a minute to do. Shouldn't you have a buddy to walk with? How do you know that I don't? Bo Beats. I mean, I am doing some pre-litigation, so you got to figure. I'm not going to, you know. But thank you for asking. But there's people around. But thank you. Like I said, we're doing a. Okay, now look at the activity now. When LAPD was here, we had major signal activity, which could suggest LAPD was talking to Scientology. No LAPD, very low activity. It's only picking up on my cell phone. So that's a very interesting thing. When LAPD was here, all of the bars, all the LEDs on all frequencies were going off the charts. LAPD's gone, there's nothing. So we just note that.
I live on the other street. I've been living here for about 36 years. How long have you been living here?
So that's an interesting thing to note.
I've been living here 36 years. We might know each other.
I've been here for 30 years.
How long?
3 years.
3 years? So why are you lying to me, telling me you've been here for a long time?
That's a long time to
Wait
me.
a minute, why are you pressing him like that? Like you cannot talk to him like that. You're nobody to him.
Who are you?
Don't worry about me.
Who are
You are
you?
nobody to
Are you
him.
his wife?
Don't worry about
you his
it.
wife?
Listen, don't worry about it. Don't come over here with that. I'm a child of God over here harassing him. Don't come over here like that.
Who am I harassing?
No, yeah, because you're like over here telling he's lying to you.
I
He's not
feel
lying
like-
to you.
I feel like I'm the one being harassed.
No, you're coming to harass us. Okay, listen, just go.
Is he your wife or
Just
your
go.
lover?
Don't worry about it. I'm his mother. Don't worry about
You're
it.
his mother?
Don't
Is
worry
that your
about
mother?
it. Yes, I am. Don't worry about
Is
it.
that your mother?
Listen.
What's your
this
name,
is not
mother?
Listen.
What's your
I'm a
name?
private
Who are you to come and
investigator.
interrogate-
I'm a private investigator myself.
Who are you
What's
here
your
to
name?
interrogate
None of your
us?
fucking business.
Who in here to
What'd you say?
interrogate us?
None of
Hey.
your fucking business.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Exactly. You ain't nobody here
Yeah,
to
who are you-
interrogate us and to
who's-
tell him a liar.
who's
You're nobody.
paying you?
You are nobody.
But I didn't call anyone
Okay,
a
but
liar.
you're nobody to tell him what is he lying to you.
You're
So
putting-
what if he does?
You're putting
So
words in my
you
mouth.
said he's a liar. He lied to you. He doesn't matter if he lied to you. You're not his father. You're nobody to him.
You're his mother.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't come here with an attitude
Okay,
here,
we
and then
got
you're
someone
harassing
from,
us, and then saying that we're harassing you. You
No,
call him a
nothing
liar.
to worry about.
Don't come over here accusing people and
So-
harassing people because you live here 36 years. Who cares?
Maybe I made a
Who
mistake.
cares?
Okay, let's see.
No, we're not going to start anything. Who cares if you're here for 100 years? It
Yeah.
doesn't
Can I
matter.
apologize?
No, you cannot.
Can I apologize?
What I want you to do is to walk away.
Can I apologize?
Walk away.
Absolutely. Fuck no.
Walk away. Walk away.
You know this is gonna be a
Walk. It doesn't matter. Walk away.
But you're the one
Walk
harassing me.
away. You came to harass us. This is where we were first. You came to us.
You live here?
You came to. It doesn't matter where I live. It's none of your business. It's none of your business.
So it's against the law to claim you're a private
Exactly,
investigator
but
if you're
over
not.
here coming to harass us.
No. Let the cops
No,
come.
no. Let the
Let
cops come.
Let the cops come. We'll
Okay,
talk.
well, oh, really?
Cops are on the way.
That's fine. Let them
Cops are
come in the way.
Because this is a private property. You're
This is
allowed
not
to be here.
private. This is public.
No, it's not.
This is
Last
public.
time I
Whatever you wanted. It's okay.
Last time I checked,
No,
Scientology-
take him with you. Take
Сик
him.
тирэг стейт.
Take him
Сик
with you.
тирэг ассистент. Good pamsta khaytara ka
Young
sik
McDonald,
tирэг.
you could-
Young McDonald want to do ashes. So get away.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Please
Thank
do
you.
not.
Well, yeah, that's part of
Thank
the
you very
methodology, Mary.
I don't stand.
We're doing some
There you go.
measurements.
This is
Yeah,
the woman.
this has been in progress for a while longer than I've talked about it. So no, we've done measurements. No, we've got. There's a lot of publicly published data in the LAPD manual on frequencies. That's publicly available information on their manual. Google LAPD Manual 2023. You can go there and get all the tactical frequencies. They give out a lot of information and it's publicly available. So we have this guy who's wanting to make trouble, and I think his the woman he's with, perhaps his wife, is making him behave. Yeah. Yeah, a PI needs a license. It's illegal to call yourself a private investigator in the state of California unless you are in fact one. But we want to get him. Yeah. He's trying to say that being on public streets is private property. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, there's a methodology. I'm not going to discuss everything. Technical people can figure it out. But basically, we want signal intensity. We want frequencies. We want baseline reference values. I already know what radio LAPD uses because you can get their contracts online where they award purchase for radios for their fleet out of Piper Technical Center. So we know what radio they use. And we get the bands that they transmit on with the antennas. Yeah, I'm far from a PI. Okay, good, yeah. And this drunk son of a bitch is... Yeah, we'll put this together. This is a good open source project.
If you are true Christian, you never put God on the side. You never put God on the side. Absolutely, but you never put God on
He
the
appears
side.
to be intoxicated. He's slurring his speech somewhat. So again, you always note the time of the incident. We are at 11:13 p.m. March 13. Could be a hired agent provocateur. See, he could be intoxicated. Yeah. Yelling. See him? Unknown drug fiend. Okay. Okay, so we're at 11:14. The person of interest is headed eastbound toward Fountain. Okay, so now he started running. He broke into a sprint. Yeah, they like to use that third party. Who is that idiot anyway? Someone they paid the bar tab for? That could be, that's very possible. Yeah. Yeah, he looked like he was intoxicated, heavily intoxicated, slurring. OSA, if that's what you're, hiring, if that's what you're hiring these days, not good. Now look at this. Okay, now see, we just had an incident, and OSA's radios are talking to each other about this guy. See, I showed you some activity. When I was walking, it was quiet. This guy's leaving now. OSA's radios, they're talking to each other, calling LAPD. They brought a van out. Okay, so they're, OSA's Motorola's are just screaming right now. Look at that. I showed it to you flat. Now, this is stuff in the field. It'll be worked on later, but you can see how much activity is since this operative, who I think is an operative, ran off. See, OSA? Yeah, there's a lot of chatter, probably between that guy's grabbing his cell phone or the Motorola they gave him. Oh yeah, see that? It just lit up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, that's... Yeah, it is. I'm just showing you, though. This guy shows up, and the operation, the alleged operation here of this agent provocateur. Now, see, one of the bars has gone down. Okay, so just keep, yeah. So they're broadcasting internally. They're probably, they have a line of sight microwave transmitter here from PAC base over to the HGB down to ASI, and they have a microwave transmitter all the way up to Twin Peaks. They want line of sight microwave transmission so they can't be wiretapped. Do you think they have a CB radio tucked in patrol cars? No, Piper Tech, which does all the installations of LAPD cars, they're very strict about what they will allow into a police car. It would be more like a throwaway burner phone. A cop would have a throwaway burner phone, or he or she would have a cell phone, because I can tell you that it's very strict due to the antennas on police cars, the radios, and waveform propagation, power signals, intensities. They can't really throw in a CB radio. It would be a problem if you just look at the frequencies. No, they wouldn't do it. They would just use burner phones, because you need what? The general rule is 1 watt per mile for walkie-talkies. So you could use a fairly low power handheld Motorola radio. You wouldn't use a CB. So this is again just kind of stuff I'm trying to show you guys what you can do. Now let's see if Os is still chattering. No, the agent provocateur left, and activities died down. Let me go off of the audio. Yeah, see that? Someone's still chattering up there on that band. Someone is still chattering. There's a Seaorg van, so let's see what we got here. Let's see if he's got anything coming off him. No. Oh yeah, look at that light up. Yeah, he's that van drove by and I pegged it on that band.
ZacharyEllison.substack.com.
Yeah, each of these is for a different band.
But if you just search like Zachary,
And it's not the only one I'm carrying. I have other scanners. This is just the one I'm willing to show.
that's more than.
Yeah, I have more devices. And
I think this is.
I didn't know I had that power.
Story.
Oh my God,
Asia,
I am
you
powerful.
really? Oh, you are.
No, he said that
He ran away.
he claimed to be Christian. I said, what happened? What happened? You're a Christian. Oh, you made me do it. I didn't know it was that powerful.
Wow.
I didn't know it was that powerful. He said, you made me do it.
But how do you go around thinking that we're not going to think you're a planet? Ask, how long have you lived here? Where do you live? How long has it been?
Yeah, and he's a PI, my ass.
Oh,
Yeah, PI's
So
trying
the
to
wife,
get.
the wife went that way, and he went that way.
Yeah, PI's trying to go around drunk and shit-faced. Oh, Lord. And,
Yo, thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
oh, yeah. I don't know if you can get a good view of it, but those are the bands I'm watching. And I've got some other, let me get my...
So the Scientologist events never stop. I mean, I don't even understand exactly what they're doing, but they just constantly here. So,
Okay.
like I said that. They're on Hubbard Way. Wait for confidence. Chris to come back.
Let me get my
Apparently he was
mode.
eating and then he lost his wallet. And I hit him with the like, what are we protesting question the other night? And like, you gotta work on that answer a little bit.
Oh, now look. Okay. Now see, everything's quieted down. We're picking up some ambient, but everything's quieted down. Now see, this is what I wanted to show you to my audience. There's an incident, all the OSA radios, everything goes up, screams, the guy leaves, they exit him, probably pay him his 20 bucks or whatever, give him a baggie of something, and now it's quiet. So now what we're going to start doing when I'm out is mapping the radio frequency activity, the radio frequencies and activity, intensity, signal intensity, number of bands. Now that nothing's going on, it's electrically quiet. Isn't that amazing? When shit's going down, it's electrically noisy. Everything's going off with OSA, and when nothing's going on, it drops. So, Mary Craig Smith, are you on? Care to comment? Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Oh yeah, Mary, I just wanted you to see kind of how you do this is what Scientology does. It has, you know, undercover people, PIs, and they're mapping and they're trying to acquire phones. And then, so yeah, nothing's going on. Zach's here and it is quiet. Now, if we got more talent, OSA talent to show up to shit steer, some of their hired drunken goons, you would see this thing light up like a Christmas tree. So I'm trying to just assemble a case, because this could turn into litigation, certainly, and it's pre-litigation. Yeah, and it all gets logged. Okay, the time now is 11:22, so the incident is over. If you saw the drunken guy trying to provoke Zach and everyone else.
Provocation.
Pardon me?
He was looking for a little scrap.
Oh, he was wanting a scrap. He was drunk, in my opinion. He was drunk, and he looked intoxicated or under a substance, and yeah, he was a freak. And OSA probably paid him some money. He says he lived here 36 years. Said he was a PI. Yeah, like PIs go around drunk, screaming, and trying to provoke it. Yeah, that's the last thing you want. I'm pretty sure that I was Howie Mandel in a past life. But how could you be if there's another? Oh, you were a different Howie Mandel, or the same Howie Mandel? OSA is the Office of Special Affairs. Yeah, OSA in the old days, it was started as the Guardian's Office. And the Guardian's Office is the department Hubbard started that did Operation Snow White, where they stole, 100,000 plus documents and burglarized government offices. That's where Mary Sue Hubbard, L. Ron Hubbard's wife, went to prison for his crimes, along with 10 other people. So the Guardian's Office, they melted it down after Snow White, and they raided this place. They raided Pack Base. You can see pictures on the Scientology Money Project. And after they melted down the Guardian's Office, they just reconfigured it and called it Office of Special Affairs. And all the old GO crims, as they called them, Guardian's Office crims, a lot of them went to work at David Morrison Associates, an insurance adjuster, and that became kind of an annex. What is Zach's channel, please? Can you give me the channel?
I am on YouTube right now. Yes. I am Zachary Ellison, Zachary Obama.
Zachary Ellison?
Yes, Ellison, Ellison. E is in electric.
Right.
L is in Larry, 2 L's, I is in igloo, S is in sun, O is in orange, N is in navel.
Okay, Zachary Ellison on YouTube. And you're also Zachary Obama?
Yeah, because I was Barack Obama's 1 millionth campaign contributor in 2008.
Oh, okay, very good. Outstanding.
So trying to stand up for the civil rights, constitutionality, the right to protest.
Oh, you like your writing. I'm a fan of your writing. You're a good writer.
I'm crushing
Great
it.
writer.
I got 7 stories out on this, which is like catalog.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're very descriptive in your writing. You've got a real talent for writing, I must say, as a fellow writer.
Yeah. Investigative, like Gustavo Arellano at the LA Times has been coaching me on writing, and like it's really helpful. And then I've been working with some other people lately too, trying to step it up. And like I'm getting really good now at bringing forward new whistleblowers, because I'm like known as the whistleblower now. Yeah. And like it's getting spicy.
Hey, got a question for you, Zach.
Go for it.
One of my readers, it's XRP Army, wants to know if the guy was playing pretend drunk. If he was exaggerating drunkenness.
No, I think he was intoxicated.
Yeah, I think he was genuinely shit-faced. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think
I smelled a little bit of booze on him. He might have had some pills. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think before OSA sends him out, they probably, let him go down to the glow room, get a little bit lit up.
Yeah.
Tell him they're a big hero.
I mean, of all the streets to wander around here, why this one?
This L. Ron Hubbard, LRH Way at night's a graveyard. This is like the last place you'd wander around.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, as my running joke, you want to go bowling. Ooh, there's a Scientology car going into reverse. Uh-oh, what do we have? We have some kind of someone wanting to talk. Oh, she gave the ugly face to Jessica Palmadessa. Oh, man, that was an OT death stare. Jessica. Did you just get the OT death stare from her?
No, she rolled down the window. She's like, did you want to say something? I was like, no.
Oh, I thought she was going to give you the OT death stare.
Really?
Well, that's the Scientology thing. Was there something you were supposed to tell me that you haven't? That's what sometimes they'll use that line on you. Okay, here's the Seaorg van. That's the counterfeit one. All units, be on the lookout for a white van, a pretend Seaorg. That's what they're saying. And now that the van is back, we'll just do this. Let's just do this. The van came back. Look at that. Oh, look at that. The live streamer's van, pretend Seaorg van, came back. And now we're lit up again. See, this is also security. They're busy, busy, busy. They're up late. Oh my God, there's a van with free speech advocates live streaming using free speech on public sidewalks. How do we shut it down? See? Now look at that. I showed you a quiet baseline, Mary Crucksmith and others. I showed you a quiet baseline not 2 minutes ago when there was nothing going on. The white Seaorg van comes and everything lights up. So this is how we are mapping the signal. And we already know some other information, but that's it. Look at that. Look at that. Whenever anything goes on, they all start calling around from cell phone to cell phone and Motorola radio to Motorola radio. We have a situation. We have a situation. Technically, yeah, look at that. Wow. So the van is parked there along with Jessica. So are we going to?
Yeah. So I think we're going to use YouTube.
Yeah.
Like.
So I got to get back in focus. There we go. Now, predictably, there's a little van there. Okay, well, there you go. We are lit up. I think we're going to be heading out. See enough for tonight. I've got enough electronic SIG-int, signals intelligence, SIG-int. Yeah, okay, so now we know these guys get busy in the security office. I know where it's at from someone who blew, but I'm not going to say. Oh, look at that. Well, predictably, because the vans are parked there, predictably, LAPD will be back telling them to move the cars and not park. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we have at around Hubbard Way. And there's all the trash. It's trash day, which means they're taking out the trash. And we could probably go dumpster dive and see if there's any OSA materials in there. But they, of course, shred everything. Let me see. Very observant of the, hold on, of the psychopathology of that. Yeah. Okay, let's go down and look. To detect communications and jammers. Yeah, we're doing what's called, collecting signals. And we want to look at signal intensity, frequency. What is the device called? It's a, let me get a focus here. I'm sorry. My camera's jumping a little bit. Hold on, bear with me. A little bit of problems with this new camera. Okay. There it is. A lot of the art is in knowing how to use it. Knowing how to use it. Okay? It's about $1,000 device. And, okay, so since they get ready to leave, with that Seaorg van going from CLO, Continental Liaison Office, back, and there's Jessica. Okay. Well, there's, we're going to go cross over to LRH Hubbard Way. Oh, look at that. Look at that in that light. I got to get the light right, just right. Oh, that's very atmospheric. That's very atmospheric lighting. It was a dark and windy night on LRH Hubbard Way. Okay. So you saw the device I'm carrying, but a lot of it is there has to be other devices, and there's a whole protocol, and again, it's part of open source intelligence. I know, I have to get a GoPro that's stabilized. I'm still using a selfie stick because I'm getting another phone next week, and so I'm going to wait till I get my new phone to get the final gimbal or GoPro, whatever. So we're walking past the Advanced American St. Hill Organization, the American St. Hill Organization, and Jessica's in back with Zachary Ellison. He's a great writer. I really enjoy his coverage. So let me see some comments. 59. Price. What's the price again? Let me look at that. Hang on. I'm gonna flip around because I just can't. I need my flip around. Okay. I want to see what's the price. Euro. Price Belgium 5,090 euro. Yeah, they're not cheap. They don't give these away. They do not give these things away. Spy gear is expensive. And Karen and I have a few dollars, but it's a business write-off. Now they're going up on another frequency. So they may have switched frequencies, but they can only do so much signal hopping because they're not that sophisticated. And I did a lot of this quietly at La Poubelle because that's where you're going to get the most signal, the most Scientology signal when LAPD show up. You never know what's going on. Let me look around. A red car. Sounds like, don't know what it is. Well, anyway. So at La Poubelle, where the streets are not lit, where there's a lot more congestion, you can get a lot more data. But tonight, you saw now, okay, still some stuff going on behind the scenes there in the OSA security office. Let's just look. Let's see if there's any snipers along the roof line. Are there snipers along the roof line? Psychic snipers trying to put OT beams into my body. You never know. You never know what they'll resort to. I prefer electronics. Yeah. Church of Scientology of Los Angeles. Yeah, they're still chattering. Scientology is still chattering away. Plotting. And now, so what would the takeaway from tonight for this PI? The power was cut. So an action item tomorrow. Ask the foundation to contact the Billboard company to find out, was the power cut deliberately? Was it sabotage? Also, logging this and going into the bigger project of logging with other unnamed associates on an open source intelligence. Now we're coming up on a camera. One of the neat tricks I want to show you. Now see, these are the security cameras. Now let's just see. These are hardwired, but let's just see if we get any signal near them. They might be hardwired, I suspect. No, they could be wireless. I think for safety, I would go with hard wiring. if I wanted to guard my cult compound. Because if you had a failure of the Wi-Fi for any reason, but you could have redundancy, you could do both. Anyway, there's the Dianetics, the little skinny billboard, or sandwich board. They leave those out at night. Yeah, I'm for collecting. You should collect all the evidence. Post it. Yeah, that was a weird cat. Why the electronic extension cord? I don't know. Oh, Asia, yeah. That was quite something. You saw an operative. Grab a cheap thermal imager for your phone and start. Yeah, you know what? You can, on most cell phones will pick up, they'll make infrared LEDs and a security camera. They'll make them look sort of bluish. And it's just a cheap way to check. And I'll show you because I can do it with their cameras. Here we're coming up to some of their cameras, but the infrared, although it's not in 400 to 700 nanometers, which is the visible field of light, the visible region, near IR will be picked up as blue by a camera. Let's see if we can do it here. Yeah, now let's just check. So we've got this working. We're gonna see, oh yeah, that's jumping. Some of their cameras are quite noisy. This one's not moving right now. Oh yeah, he's moving. Yeah, he's moving. Okay, let me see here. Yeah. Okay, let's just test the rotational axis. Okay, there's another camera under the sign, a couple cameras under the sign. Come in and decide for yourself. Decide for yourself to get the hell out. That's what you should decide. Decide for yourself to get the hell out of there before you lose everything. Now here's two cameras. These are two little cameras. It's in the bottom of there. So even their cameras have cameras. Their cameras have cameras. And there's another camera there. It's a barrel camera. You can see it on the LED sign. So you can never have enough cameras. So look at that wiring. That's really crappy wiring. They got extension cords going out of the junction box. Kind of a crappy job. Not a good wiring job. I don't know whether states is slipping or what. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have here. Okay, well, I think that's about it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There's the 8-pointed cross off in the distance, lighted, and so let me just check comments. They really don't want you down there collecting some of their security. No, they don't. They don't, but because it's propagated, because it's signal propagation, and it's just public, you know, it's nothing wrong with just checking. Yeah, they're still busy. See, it's electric. It should be electrically quiet this time of night, but there's a lot of electrical noise. If I had another type of sensor for the electrical noise, I could show you something else, and I don't want to show them everything I'm doing. So for the Scientology Money Project, from Jeff and my lovely wife Karen, signing off from Pack Base, also known as the seventh rung of hell in Dante's Inferno. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps me. The more followers I have, the less OSA likes you. So, you know, show OSA you don't like them by liking me. And hold on a minute. No, that was nothing. Okay, thought there were cops. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging around. We have some civilians coming down this way. think I'll keep the phone on until these guys pass. Just to make sure they're civilians. Now there's someone walking a dog off in the distance. Huh. Wonder if it's a guard dog. Well, okay, so long from Hollywood. And are you curious about Scientology? Yeah, I'm curious why it's so malevolent, evil, vicious, vindictive, greedy, trafficking, etc. Got a lot of curious. Yeah.
The way that we have been, yeah.
Okay. See you next time. And thanks for hanging out with me. What's that? You want one more check? Okay. Since you've been hanging around. No, oh, it's busy. Oh, look at that. It's suddenly got real busy. Well, something's going on, and we'll figure out, maybe we'll read about it on the internet tomorrow. For now, from the Scientology Money Project, have a great evening. Thanks for watching.